Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Times of Ummah. Today's first news update is coming from Israel, where the Israeli brutal violence against the Palestinians is still continued and at least 198 people including 58 children have been killed in the Gaza Strip since the latest violence began a week ago. More than 1,300 Palestinians were also wounded. The Israeli military launched another series of air raids on the Gaza Strips early on Monday, hours after its caretaker Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the attacks on the Palestinians enclave would rage on. Explosion rocked Gaza City from north to south in a bombardment that was heavier, wider, lasted longer than the air raids that killed at least 42 Palestinians and wounded dozens more on Sunday. One Palestinian was reported injured. A journalist from Gaza said hospitals are running out of resources, corridors and all departments including the administration are filled with beds and mattresses. She said a few minutes after an Israeli missile hit a car a few meters away from her, killing 3 people. He said electricity comes from 1 to 3 hours at best, which is a crisis for hospitals as well, while generators are running out of fuel. The meeting between foreign ministers from different countries held, but there is no meaningful solution for the conflict and no one can stop Israel from the Palestinian genocide. But Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan urged Pope Francis to help end what he called the massacre of Palestinians, which should be punished with sanctions. Erdogan told the Pope in a call that a Palestinian will continue to be subjected to the massacre unless the international community punish Israel with sanctions, adding that the Pope's message were of great importance to mobilize the Christian world and the international community. And we were updated you recently that Israel had attacked the Al Jazeera building, for which Israel aimed to stop news outlets from reporting the facts. And now the Amnesty International asked the International Criminal Court to investigate Israel's bombing of a building housing media organizations including Al Jazeera and the Associated Press as a possible war crime. Deliberately targeting media outlets constitutes a war crime. By intentionally destroying media's outlets, the Israeli Defense Forces are not only inflicting unacceptable material damage on news operations, they are also more broadly obstructing media coverage of a conflict that directly affects the civilian population. News reports saying that almost 3 children in Gaza have been injured every hour since violence flared last Monday. In the last week, at least 58 children in the enclave territory and 2 children in the southern Israel have been killed. More than 1,000 people in Gaza, including 366 children, have also been injured. The director of Save the Children has said, how many more families need to lose loved ones before the international community take action? Where can children run to when airstrikes rain down on their homes? Their viewers once again put shame on the United States for its double standard for human rights and freedom of speech.